Peace FM 104.3. Good to meet you.
And to my very own classmate Eric Daddy Amengo out there, Cocoa Board, I hope that this good news on cocoa will make you guys feel good. Yeah. Vice President, one village, one dam.
Aye.
Sir, maybe yes, we say what we see the 570 dams.
570, yes, 570. Almost 57 constituencies in the northern region. Mm-hmm. 5 northern regions. And so the idea was to say 10 dams each constituency. Mm-hmm. So that was the target, 570. But of course, some of the constituencies are also a bit urban, and so you may not be able to get 10 dams in those, like you go to Tamale Central and so on. So, but at the moment, let me give you a little bit of a background. I think when we were campaigning in 2016, or before we did our manifesto for 2016, na me were Upper West, Cabo, Madam for Minua Cabo.
Abaifa
Cabo. Na ye were Upper West. Na ye some old women no more digging what looked like a dam, but they were really doing it with their hands, pretty much hand job. And so ye gina hone no more kasa. And we were at the end of the day, we're wondering how they should be suffering so much just to try to create. And the problem for them was water during the dry season, So we thought that we could have small dams across all over so that they could have access to water during the dry season. And that was part of the beginning of One Village, One Dam concept. Mm-hmm. So far, we have awarded a total of about 435 One Village, One Dam contracts that are ongoing. Out of that, 372 have been completed and 63 are ongoing. That's what the data tells us. So there's been a lot of good progress in the One Village Dam, One Dam.
Ebiswaka say enya dam. A dugout, a be fien be in a moye, and a biwa ensure no are, and the farmers do not have use for it.
That's completely false.
How do we address that?
No, that's completely false. I think people have gone to look at it. In fact, recently, I think Omampenye Dada Kase, One Village, One Dam, it hasn't materialized. Mm-hmm. It hasn't materialized, but there was a documentary. I don't know if it is a GBC or what documentary. Omoko Bole, his own constituency, and 10 dams were functional, and people are using these dams for irrigation and so on, and they are very, very useful. And there were talks about how it had saved communal fights over water in the constituency. Fulani headsmen, the fight over water is very, very high in the north. It's very, very serious. And so these dams are providing water. And you should know that some people use even tube wells to irrigate farms and so on. So as One Village, One Dam, it abua for power, and then people who need water for their cattle, to wash clothes, to build houses, and so on during the dry season. It has really helped a lot, and I have followed the testimonies of various farmers across the north. If you sit in Accra, you may not understand what the impact of these dams are. You have to go down and then see it. Of course, it's part of a strategy that you are providing water. It's a 3-pronged strategy. The small dams, some of the medium dams, like the Tono Dam, which we have rehabilitated for the first time in 40 years. Tono has been rehabilitated.
Fully, is it operational?
Yeah. Tono is operational, and then you have others like Via and Bontanga, which we are going to work on. But the most important irrigation project that we have put in place in the north is the Pualugu Dam. This is the one that is almost $1 billion and is going to provide irrigation for at least 24,000 hectares. Currently, we have public irrigable land in Ghana of 13,000 hectares. So Pwalugu is going to virtually double what we have, in addition to the flood control and electricity. So it's the biggest investment of any government in northern Ghana since independence.
Do you have any start here?
I think we cut the sword for Pwalugu a few months ago. Well, they should be started.
It's only say ebi wo ho a say ya cut sword. Nah, we do the fanfare.
Yes,
but
yes. Well,
you go back a year later and nothing is happening.
So we'll keep our eye on it. We'll keep our eye on it.
How about one district, one factory?
Oh, one district, one factory is a successful program. It's a very successful program, as you know.
Some have said more backward. It doesn't cover one district, one factory. Really.
Well, the one district, one factory, as you know, Honorable Alain Chairmanting always says that you don't build a factory overnight. It takes time, and we have done a lot right now under the one district, one factory. 76 factories are operational under that scheme. Of this, 28 of them are new factories that have been set up, factories like the Kasaropa and Kumfi Juice and all of that. Those are factories that are new, that have been set up. There are others, which are about 48 of them, which are also being which are existing companies that have been supported to do 1D, 1F because of their need for higher capital.
Some have said you therefore cannot call them as 1D, 1F because any government there, any abayno na yama omayno. You'll be private business and I would do sika question.
Now anka business no ebegua and then you've gone in to help it survive. It is part of a program. But the important thing is to be able to distinguish between what was already existing that you have supported and what is new. That is just transparency. So the data will allow you to distinguish that. So it's important that we report what is happening. And there are so much more that is happening. ADB supporting 58 youth enabled factories in terms of processing and so on. So there's a lot that is going on in the 1D, 1F area, and I think that as you go through to the next term, we will see a lot more of these which are in the pipeline come to fruition.
This FM 104.3 Good to meet